Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 5 June 2025, Thursday night at 9 o'clock. That generally means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. Before we get into it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post those on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description of this video so you can peruse them at your leisure. You'll want to be familiar with them, especially if you're new to this weekly sales event, because it explains everything you'll need to know about how to buy a knife. Also in the description, above the terms of the sale at the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first one is called A Primer for Buyers. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. And if you're new, please watch. It'll make your purchase experience go much more smoothly since it explains exactly how we do things and why. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That one would pertain to you if you're interested in moving along some of your personal collection using this weekly sale. And the third link is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in that video description, which is very important, you'll see those 3 links at the top, then the terms of the sale, and then at the bottom you'll see the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps down the left side, pricing down the right. In that pricing column, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video, and the one on the right is the price of your knife as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. And on that topic specifically, there will be room this week for 4 knives to be sharpened next day. So the first 4 knives purchased to be sharpened out of tonight's sale will be done and shipped with all of the as shown inventory tomorrow, Friday the 6th. Not to worry if you fall outside the first 4. Backlog is low, wait time is short. So your knife should ship in under 3 weeks if you buy it that way. Now, in the pricing column, if you see the word sold, all caps exclamation point in lieu of pricing for a given item, that means it has already been bought and paid for by its new owner. So no need to send an I'll take it or an inquiry about anything marked sold. I think that's it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we've just got 3 leftover sale lots from last week. And here is the first one. It's from Civivi. And that label happens to be correct. This is a C805A Aquila. Except I don't think they got the color of the G10 right. It doesn't look OD green to me. It does look like flat dark earth, but it does have golden colored stainless steel liners and a VG10 blade and all that good stuff, I think. Yeah, here we go. A pretty nice garden variety Civivi for low dollar. Okay, there is your VG10 blade in a gorgeous 2-tone, satin flats and a tumbled DLC bevel and swedge and the recess in the hole. Yeah. There is your, what I think is flat dark earth G10, and a milled titanium pocket clip that is ambidextrous tip up. I think the golden liners and then the backspacer that matches the scales all work together pretty well. Stainless steel liner lock mechanism locks up at about 30%, looks like. The blade is 3.5 inches long and the handle is 4 13/16. So lots of real estate. Very comfortable in the hand. Lockup is dead rock solid. A little forward finger choil. Works pretty well. Ball bearings are your blade suspension mechanism. And it's a flipper. Flips great. Hole works great. Centering is beauteous, I think. Let's see if I can get a reflection. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. I did find one sold listing on eBay for this knife. Sold for $51 shipped. We ran this one last week at 45 bucks. Didn't sell. Dropped it to 39 for the weekend. This week, somebody gets a heck of a buy. And, you know, this is pretty... You could do Christmas gift with this one. It's definitely of that quality as far as its condition. Great brother-in-law knife for a brother-in-law you actually like. 35 bucks like it is, 60 sharpened on the Civivi Aquila. Next up, we have a padlock combo, a budget padlock combo. So we're going to feature two locks that we sold, or we offered for sale separately last week. We're going to package them up to give you guys a good deal and save my consignor a little money on postage. The first one is the ABUSE C75. The micro model number is the 7560. 2.5 inches overall height, 2 3/8 width, 3/4 thickness, solid brass body, chrome plated hardened steel 9.5 millimeter shackle that is 1 3/8 high. Comes with 2 original keys. Those are the dimple variety. It's near mint to like new. No box. You can buy these brand new, web retail of about 30 bucks. And let's see, we offered this last week for 25 and dropped it to 20 for the weekend, and it's still here. And then your second lock in the package is this one, the Pacific Lock or Pack Lock Model 200. This has a steel bar stock body. You can kind of see the hot roll marks. They just saw them off and make them into padlocks. It is a nickel-plated steel body. The shackle is hardened steel, chrome-plated, 9.5 millimeters diameter, and 1 3/16 in height. Got the security key cylinder. 2 keys. These are about 35 bucks web retail if you buy one brand new. This is near mint to like new. No box. And we ran this one last week at 25 bucks on Thursday and dropped it to 20 for the weekend. So if you would have bought both of these last week, it would have run you 40 bucks. We're going to ship them together for 30 this week. That is the budget padlock combo. Next up, you know, this one, it really bothers me. It just bothers me. It bothers me. I feel like that teacher that you had in high school, you know, that everybody liked, listened to, appreciated his wisdom, but like high school kids do, sometimes they just disappoint the teacher. Have you ever been that kid? Well, you have now. This is a knife that is awesome. It is beloved, and it should be. And nobody bought it. I don't know. It's the Talwar 5.5 inch from Cold Steel in S35 VN. It's just a beast. And it's so slicey. Black G10. We only have the right hand tip up clip for this one. The lefty clip is not present. Opens with a thumb plate, which doubles as an Emerson wave feature. Look at that thing. A broad trailing point blade with a super cool swedge in S35 VN. Such a gradual, skinny grind. 5.5 inches of blade, 7 7/16 handle. If you can't find a comfortable place to put your hand on this knife, something's wrong with your hand. It's a triad lock. It runs on Cold Steel's awesome combination of phosphor bronze washers with paper-thin Teflon between the washers and the blade. It locks up dead rock solid. It has super free blade action. It has exquisite centering. It's near mint to like new inbox. Now, we showed this last week with this lanyard, which I was having trouble removing. I worked at it because, guys, the price that we had this at last Saturday, which was $125 on a knife that has a web retail of $200, it's plenty low. But what we're going to do this week, since I worked to get this lanyard off, and my consignor would be happy to take it back, put it on something else, we're going to offer the knife only for $110, $140 sharpened. If you want the lanyard, it's another $10. So it'll be $120 with the lanyard. I'll even put it back on for you. Don't make me cry if I have to give this back to the consignor, because that will mean all I've tried to teach in the last 14 years on this channel has fallen on deaf ears. And that's just a defeat I don't think I can take. I'm kidding, but sort of not. That's the Cold Steel Talwar 5.5 in S35VN from Cold Steel. Next, we are on to the fresh stuff. And we're going to start it with another Cold Steel knife. This is a fixed blade, and it's an icon. It's a classic. A high-value knife superstar. It's the SRK. Comes in this standard Cold Steel Securex molded polymer sheath with removable heavy-duty nylon dangle, belt loop, and snap. How's the retention? Pretty good? No rattle? Yeah, meh, thumb break. Got a little oil on the blade. Here we go. A great soldier field knife or camp knife or whatever you need a 6-inch fixed blade to do. Blade steel is SK5. Read Japanese 1095. Knife is made in Taiwan. Has a saber hollow grind, little swedged clip point, Cray X handle, not Craton, Cray X. Little Coke bottle profile, super grippy, brass lanyard tube. Blade length is 6 1/8, handle 4 3/4. It is near mint to like new in box, but there's a catch. Because it's so inexpensive, and the difference in postage, for me to send you just a knife in a padded flat rate envelope and the medium flat rate box I would have to use to ship this huge box, here's the deal. We're going to do it for $35 shipped priority mail, no box. $45 if you want the box. And frankly, it's not collectible. It's not an investment piece. You don't need a box. So yeah, $35 like it is, $65 sharpened, no box, with box, $45 and $75. And by the way, you can buy these brand new for $48 plus tax and postage. My price is shipped, no sales tax. That is the Cold Steel SRK. Next, we have a fixed blade knife from Oregon City, Oregon, United States of America. It's the Benchmade 202 Leuku, a Finnish design, or a Finlander design, if you're from Minnesota. Here we go. Black leather sheath with fire steel loop, integral high ride belt loop with a low ride dangle included. This one's got a gutted paracord lanyard with a little skull bead. And that is a plastic lined leather sheath, so you won't cut it. There's the Leuku. Super cool grind. If you know, it's kind of like a Hdwr slicer in that you've got a broad, gradual flat grind, belly and tip, but back here at the base where you're going to be horsing it, right? It's more obtuse and lower. It's bladed in CPM 3V steel. Looks to be, I don't know, 140 thousandths at the spine. ish. 5 3/16 blade, 4.5-inch handle that is Ranger Green Santoprene. Beautiful little palm swell. Super comfortable, super grippy. Condition on this will be near mint to like new in box. These are discontinued, not a stock. I think they had a map price of about $200, and just before they were discontinued, or when they were discontinued, some retailers cleaned them out at about $180. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $148 and $215. We will offer this week for $140 shipped priority mail, $170 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the Leuku from Benchmade. Next up, we have a very interesting knife, also from Benchmade. It is a 940 Osborne. Look at that. This knife was made back when you could buy a new one for $185. What was that, about 2016? Ha! Not anymore. So, it's interesting because we have the original handle set here, semi-assembled, with the purple titanium backspacer. Got a couple marks under where the clip would go. And it happens to be in a little poly bag with a Flytanium sticker because the knife is wearing the carbon fiber 940 handle kit from Flytanium. You got some extra hardware and an original pocket clip. That's probably the assembly hardware for the original scales, actually. That's a Parkerized Emerson style clip. It's not wearing that, obviously, because it's in the bag. And here is the knife. When I first opened it, I thought, oh, it was misboxed because it says just 940, but it looks like a 940-1. But that's not a Benchmade factory scale. That's a Flytanium carbon fiber scale. And it's wearing a polished deep carry Benchmade clip that's got some scratches on it, to be fair. I would probably go with the Emerson style clip. Anyway, the blade is base 940 S30V. 3 7/16 blade, 4 7/16 handle. This has had a polished edge applied. It's still pretty sharp. It's not quite as refined as I might do it. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm going to offer you a sharpened price because it's probably been used a bit since it was sharpened. Axis lock mechanism. Phosphor bronze washers. Thumb stud deployment. Rock solid lockup. Not quite a free dropper, but still eminently flingable if that's how you choose to do it. Nice. Just feels nicely broken in. Lockup is perfect. Action I would call perfect. Centering is as well. I'm going to call it excellent to near mint in box. So if you buy a new one of these, they're not $185 anymore. They're $240 Benchmade map price or web retail. These scales from Flytanium can still be purchased for $110, right? So that would be $350 if you put this knife all together like it is. So a difficult one to price because if you think about it, a used 940-1 with carbon fiber and S90V is going to sell used on this channel for about, what, $220? So we had to bring this one in lower than that because it's not S90V, it's S30. Let's do $185 shipped, $210 sharpened, and don't feel like it's got to be sharpened. Got a decent edge on it. That is the Benchmade 940 Osborne plus custom scales. I got a mess here. I got too much stuff. Next up, we have one from Spyderco. And it's kind of a blast from the past and kind of it was an icon in its day. It's the Southard Black. Designed by Brad Southard. So you don't have brown G10, you have black. And your pivot collar / over travel stop is also in black G10. What about the clip? Well, we got options, boys. We're wearing a bronze anodized deep carry titanium pocket clip. We have also a black coated titanium deep carry clip and a looks like a natural blasted deep carry titanium pocket clip. So take your pick, right? Looks like black PVD coated titanium frame side, black standoffs. It is a ball bearing flipper. Flips nicely. DLC blade. CTS 204P is your blade material. The blade length is 3 7/16. The handle's 4.5. Is a titanium frame lock, locking up at about 45 or 50%. It is rock solid. Blade drops freely. Lots of lock bar tension on this knife. Flips great. Centering down the middle. You're also going to get, if you notice, all the black hardware is installed. And I got a bunch of bronze anodized hardware and another bunch of bronze anodized hardware. Looks there might be some pivot screws in there as well. So this is a knife you can like change up depending on what you're wearing or how you're feeling. We're going to say the condition on this is excellent to near mint in box. They are long discontinued and out of stock at this point. Sold listings on eBay range between $245 and $280 without all the extra goodies. What a deal on this one, guys. $190 like it is, shipped priority mail. $220 if you'd like it to come with an TheApostleP Edge. That's the Spyderco Southard Black, plus custom clips and hardware. Next up, you'll remember last week we had several knives that were all nut and fancy TNP exclusives. We have more this week. I saved some for you. The first one is a Spyderco. Whoops. And it's a Dragonfly 2 in S35VN. What a sweetie. Now, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but it's been carried a little bit. It's got some soiling in the recesses of the Volcano Grip FRN handle scales. But I would say it's been carried a bit, used very little. Pocket clip is deep carry ambidextrous tip-up wire. It rides on phosphor bronze washers, opens with a hole. The blade is DLC coated, S35VN. This one was made in December of 2019. It is serial number 433 of 579. There we go. Lockup, rock solid. Nice free blade. Centering is going to be off to the top side as you're looking at it, but not horrible. Doesn't rub. We'll call it near mint in box. These are discontinued and out of stock, and I couldn't find a current or a sold listing on eBay for this one. But I think it ought to be worth $90, and that's what we're asking. $110 if you'd like it with an TheApostleP Edge. That is the Spyderco Dragonfly 2 Blue S35 TNP. Next up, we have a zero tolerance knife. ZT, experience it. This is one of the Dmitry Sienkiewicz designs. It's ZT0452CF, probably the most prolific Sienkiewicz of all ZTs. And this will be in S35VN. There's your show-side carbon fiber scale. Pocket clip will be tip-up ambidextrous deep carry. It is a flipper that rides on ball bearings. Let's just see what happens if I put my fingers on the lock bar. Will it still flip? It does. No death lock. That's a plus. The S35VN blade is 4 1/16 inches in length. The handle 5 3/16. The lockup on your steel inserted titanium frame lock is shown here. I would call that 40%. Nice, deep, and secure, and rock solid. Of course, the ball bearing action is beautiful, and the centering's perfect. We'll call it near mint in box. This knife's still in production. You can buy a new one. All you got to do is pony up $272 plus tax to your favorite web retailer. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, 185 like it is 215 if you'd like it to come with an ApostleP edge. That is the ZT0452CF. Next up, MIcrotech time. Not just MIcrotech, but MIcrotech Signature Series. The knife inside the box is model number 206-10S. It's a Makora double-edged with the stonewashed standard blade. A sweet dual action out the front automatic. Black hard anodized aluminum handle. TrackTech inserts for grip. The pocket clip, a lot of people don't know this, but they're kind of ambidextrous. You've got your clip nut with the ball bearing glass breaker. This is serial number 095, and it was made in March of 2022. It operates with a spine-mounted button. I will call the button effort on this one medium firm. Could probably do that all night. Reliability, 100% in my experience. I've probably opened it and closed it 30 or 40 times. The blade is in premium stainless steel, which for some reason MIcrotech does not mark the steel types on the Signature Series knives. They're just whatever great steel they're using at any given moment in time. Blade length is 3 3/16. The handle is 5 3/16 to the end of the glass breaker. We'll call it near mint in box. This knife is actually currently available. Web retail is $415. Let's go $275 on this one. No need to sharpen that double-edged blade. It's a sticker, not a slicer. Next up, the Nut and Fancy project portion of the knife sale rolls on. I've got them sprinkled throughout the sale. This one is a Victorinox. Whoops. It is not an Alox Black Cadet. It is a disassembled, reassembled Cadet. Machine screws and nuts. Gorgeous 3D machine satin finished. G10 covers. I love the milled TNP logo and the cross. 83 millimeter frame. Main spear blade, can opener, small screwdriver, cap lifter, wire cutter, large screwdriver, fingernail tool, new style. So this is a Nut and Fancy limited edition. This is 48 out of 600, made in February of 2022. You know, there was something I noticed, and I don't remember who bought the blue one last week, but they have the same serial number on the same date. I think these were sold as a set, which explains why the only current listing I could find on eBay is the set. This one is going to be near mint to like new in box. Now, guys, you can buy the set. There's a set available now on eBay. Buy it now for $330. So whoever bought the one last week for $70 can buy this one also for $70. And I think they're in at about less than half of what that guy's asking on eBay. So $70 like it is, $90 with an ApostleP edge. The Victorinox Cadet, Orange G10, and TNP. Sorry for not listing these together last week. I didn't know till I looked at the serial number on the orange one this week. Next up, we have more Nut and Fancy shenanigans. This one comes in a plain white box. Doesn't even say who made it. But we know it's the HB 1285 HB Flipper in white. there a pouch in here? There is. Well, there we go. Honey Badger. So it's the Honey Badger flipper in white honeycomb molded FRN. Pocket clip, ambidextrous deep carry tip up. It's a ball bearing flipper. And you can open it with the hole. It is bladed in D2. Blade length is 3 1/4. Handle is 4 1/16. So very efficient blade to handle ratio. Stainless steel liner lock. The liner is black, so it's kind of hard to see. There we go. Lockup is at about 40%. It is rock solid. Super free blade action. Very well centered. You could call it perfect. It is the Nut and Fancy Project limited edition. Number 538, born February of 2021. We'll call it near mint in box. Very, very slight soiling in the white FRN. I'm sure it would clean up easily with soap and water. It's really not bad at all. Let's see. Discontinued, out of stock, and unobtainium. Got to be worth $50. That's your price. $75 with an TheApostleP edge. The Honey Badger Flipper White TNP. Next up, I think this is the last Nut and Fancy knife. Yes. We sold one of these last week in a different color. It's from Daggerr Knives. Model number is the FM02-2YL. YL for yellow. So what did we sell? Neon green Nut and Fancy Zhalo, Z-H-A-L-O last week. This one is the yellow Zhalo. Now, I think that yellow appears brighter on your screen than it does in person. It's almost got a little goldenrod thing going on to the naked eye. G10, matching backspacer, by the way. Pocket clip tip up ambidextrous. Deep carry with a skull motif a la Chavez. Blade opens with a hole, and it does it very well. I think these are on phosphor bronze. I could not see what appears to be ball bearings as I peered through the liners. A tumbled DLC-like material on the blade, which is D2. This is number 74 of 500, made October of 2021 for Old Nuttin. An interesting grind on these. And a very tiny finger choil. Let's see. Blade length is 3 7/8. Handle 4 3/4. Lockup is rock solid. Blade's very free. Centering's quite perfect. We'll call it near mint to like new. Inbox. Discontinued, out of stock, unobtainium. Your price, same as we sold the neon green one for last week. $60 shipped, priority mail. $85 with an TheApostleP edge. The Zhalo, DLC, yellow, and TNP. Next up, we have knife comfort food right here, boys. From Boker Plus. In the gun magazine box. It is the olive green Bowie, made in Taiwan, AK-74. This is known as the AK-74 Desert Warrior. I'm not sure what they coat these aluminum scales with. It's definitely not anodized. It looks like a Cerakote type product. Pocket clip is deep carry, right hand tip up. It is a button lock automatic. Opens with authority. It's got like a copper Cerakote kind of thing going on the blade. One tiny little superficial scratch right under the A in automat. Blade steel is Os 8. Blade length 3 5/16. Handle 4 1/4. Lockup. Very, very slight side play, and it has to be there for the blade to open with that kind of authority. If I try to take it all out, and it's very slight, guys. If I try to take it all out, the action is compromised. Pretty normal circumstance on these Kalashnikovs from Boker Plus. We'll call this near mint in box. They are discontinued and out of stock. I think they were like $65 when they were available, and they trade at more than that. So we're going to do this one at $70 like it is. $95 if you'd like it with an TheApostleP Edge. That's the AK-74 Bowie Auto Desert Warrior from Boker Plus. Okay, next up, we're back into the padlocks for a minute. And this week we have some higher line items. The first one is from Mul-T-Lock. M-U-L-T-L-O-C-K. It is the, excuse me, the NE10H padlock. 3 1/4 inches tall, 2 1/8 wide, 1 inch thick. Alloy steel body that is black coated with some kind of crinkle finish. I like how it's got this little polymer band to keep from dinging up the finish. It's a shrouded shackle, 10 millimeter diameter, 1 1/16 high. Boron alloy is the material. Looks like it's plated. Maybe not. Might just be polished. Probably is. 2, count them, 2 dimple keys. And code card is included if you ever need to get another key. Like new, no box. This lock can be purchased new for a web retail of $161. That is a pretty special padlock. Your price for this one, $75. No need to sharpen. That's the Mul-T-Lock NE10H. Next up, another one from Mul-T-Lock, and this is an interesting lock. This is the SBNE10 Interactive Plus, and I think that has to do with the keys, and I'll kind of show you that as we go on. Interesting bolt, too. Isn't that interesting? So let's see. 2 1/2 in this dimension, 2 1/8 in this dimension, 1 inch thick. Black coated alloy steel body, 10 millimeter boron alloy shackle. The height of the shackle, measuring from here to here, is just 3/8 of an inch. Then you got 3 keys, and they're called interactive keys. I think I know why. So you got these little color keyed balls you can stick in there, and these gray panels. And we've got some extras to show you. So here's a couple more of the color keyed balls and the gray panels. Not sure why you need that, but we have them. And there's also a code card with this one in that envelope. So let's see. This lot can be purchased new for $135 web retail. Let's offer this one to you for $50, shipped priority mail, near mint, no box. The Mul-T-Lock SBNE10 Interactive Plus. Time to turn the page. More locks. This one is from Burg, Wachter. It is the Gamma 700 padlock. Interesting how they executed the shrouding on this lock. So it's a solid brass construction with this like FRN type material, overmolded. Made in Germany. So your dimensions are 3 1/4 high, 2 3/16 wide, 1 inch thick, and that's to the thickest point of the case shroud. 9 millimeter. What do they say there? Ultra hard. Okay. Probably chrome-plated steel shackle. Shackle height is 1 inch. Double ball bearing internals, 2 keys. Near mint, no box. Buy these brand new. Your web retail price is $103. This one, $45, shipped priority mail. The Burg Wachter Gamma 700 padlock. Next up is our last padlock in tonight's sale. This one also a Burg Wachter, and this is considerably heavier than the Gamma 700 is the Alpha 800. So same basic construction, but different materials a little bit. So the body of the lock is chrome-plated hardened steel. The shackle is chrome-plated hardened steel as well. 11 millimeters thick, right? So 3 1/2 high, 2 1/2 wide, 1 1/4 thick. The shackle height is tall, 1 1/16. Double ball bearing internals, 2 keys, and then I got goodies that go with this. So code card, little information pamphlet, all that. So this lock, if you buy one brand new, is on sale right now on Amazon for $116. This one can be yours, near mint, no box, but with keys and code card. $60 shipped priority mail. The Burg Wachter Alpha 800 padlock. Next up, it is time for the Rob's Pick in tonight's sale. So those of you who are not early birds, this is the bone I throw you every week. The one sweet knife that the early birds didn't get to see at 8 o'clock this morning. It's a Chris Reeve. Large Sabenza 31 drop point PJ in Magna Cut, but it's got a couple little party tricks. Born May 25th, 2023. So the original blue rear bushing is not installed. The lanyard is intact but not installed. The original pocket clip included but not installed. If you look closely, it's glass bead blasted, as is the knife. So double lug bright thumb studs with a bright rear bushing. And this is wearing, I don't think this is a Lynch pocket clip because the hole is round, but it might be. But it's milled titanium deep carry. How about that? And it's kind of cool because it rides a little tall off the scale, and it has borne all the scratching brunt. So you can see a couple scratches in that clip. Virtually nothing on the rest of the knife. It is the glass bead finish. Opens beautifully. Blade length, of course, 3 9/16. Handles 4 3/4. Reeve integral lock with ceramic ball interface, and it locks up very early. Probably about 30% to the ball, 55 or 60% to the edge of the lock bar. Is it solid? It is. Let's take a look at the back of the blade tang, what we got going on. Got a perfect little ball track going on. Action is scrumptious, nearly free dropping. Perfectly centered blade. and a rock solid lockup. We'll call it near mint in box. Clip scratches noted. Only on the custom clip. The factory clip is pristine. So you can buy a new one of these for $550. If this is a Lynch clip, it would run you $78. I'm not sure if it is. So what is that? $628 if you bought this brand new. It has been sharpened, by the way. Or has it? It has not. I don't know. Maybe it has. It might have just been stropped up. It does have some very fine scratches near the tip of the blade in the stonewash finish. Let's do $475 like it is. $505 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Rob's pick. A Chris Reeve large Sebenza 31 PJ Magnica plus custom clip. Next up, we got one from Three Rivers Manufacturing. It is the Atom. In blasted or satin black G10, slightly crowned. Spring titanium deep carry tip-up right-hand pocket clip. Got some nice black O-rings installed on the thumb studs. Yep. Rides on phosphor bronze washers. It's a titanium liner lock. Beautiful engagement. Thin blade stock. High saber flat grind. This one's definitely been sharpened, and it's got a couple scratches near the tip of the blade. And it could, I wouldn't say it was well sharpened. So I will offer you a sharpened price on this one. The 20 CV blade is 3 7/16 inches in length, 4 5/8 handle. Just nice. Lots of real estate on the handle. No finger grooves. You can just kind of move around wherever you want to. It's beautiful. Let's see. Lock up, dead rock solid. Action is beautiful on the phosphor bronze, and the centering is perfect. So we'll call it excellent to near mint, no box. Blade scratches and clip scratches noted. These are available new for $220 at Three Rivers website. This one can be yours at $160 like it is $190 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Atom from Three Rivers Manufacturing. Next up, we have the twin to a knife we sold a couple weeks ago from Cold Steel. It's the Lynn C. Thompson autographed Spartan with OD Green G10 and S35 blade. Even the box signed by the man himself. Not only do you get the knife, but you get some DLT coasters. Check these bad boys out. If I can do it without mangling the box. They're kind of grippy. So check these guys. I kind of want them. This is like horse stall mat material. It's kind of a porous, pressed rubber fragment stuff. You get 4 of them in the box. They are grippy. We'll see if I can put them in here so they make sense. I kind of like those. I should have just kept them. Here's the knife. You got 5 15/16 inches of handle that is very secure. You have tip up ambidextrous pocket clips. The lefty clip is in the box. Knife opens with a thumb plate which doubles as an Emerson wave. There is Lynn C. Thompson's signature on the fully serrated blade, which is 4 3/8 inches in length. Your blade steel is S35 VN. Triad lock mechanism runs on Cold Steel's cocktail of phosphor bronze and Teflon washers. Lockup is dead rock solid. Just look at the, you're not going to slide down the blade on that handle. Blade centering is perfect. Condition going to be like new in box. Let's see, these are discontinued and out of stock When last I checked, there was no sold listings on eBay, but one current listing at $239. Buy it now. This one can be yours with coasters from DLT included, $120. No need to sharpen. The Cold Steel Lynn C. Thompson Signature Spartan. Next up, we have another Cold Steel. This one will be the Holdout 6 inches, fully serrated. Comes with a set of DLT trading playing cards, which I will not open for you. And here's the knife. So we sold the twin to this last week in the plain edge version. This week, you get the full serrated. So 7 5/16 handle in black G10. I think these are linerless. Yeah, nice and light for the size. Ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. Triad lock mechanism. Opens with thumb studs. With authority. Full flat ground spear point blade. Fully serrated in S35 VN. Yeah. Triad lock running on phosphor bronze and Teflon washers. Nice free blade. Maybe a little too free for a blade that long. Centering is actually perfect. Don't let the edge grind fool you because it's saber ground. 5 7/8 is your actual blade length. 7 5/16 handle. It is near mint to like new in box. This model currently available for a web retail price of $142. We all know that this knife is not worth as much serrated as in plain edge, but if you want a serrated knife, here's your deal. $70 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen on the Holdout 6 inch from Cold Steel. Next up, got a very cool fixed blade for you. This one is I guess a collaboration between Bastinelli and Volwest. The model is the Montana. Comes in a big old box. And this is going to come with a free DLT microfiber. Here is the knife. Comes in a beautifully made Kydex sheath with tech lock attached. A little tiny bit of rattle. Let's see. Thumb brake's okay. Look at that stunning blade, would ya? Wow. Wow. Blade is N690, 6 3/8 inches long. Black Teflon coated. A combo edge that actually makes sense, right? A huge run of plain edge with just a little bit of serrated back here for cutting twine or rope or whatever. But it's not going to impede your plain edge cutting performance in any way. Handle is craton, not overmolded, but affixed with screws. There is a lanyard tube. Got a little Coke bottle. Very, very nice in the hand. That handle length, by the way, is 5 1/16. This is like new in the box. Knife Center currently has these on sale for the bargain price of gulp, $270. This like new example can be yours for $180, all in, shipped, priority mail. $215 if you'd like my edge on it. That's the Volwest and Bastinelli Montana fixed blade. Next up, Topps Fans Delight. Here you go. Here you go. This knife is going to ship with a DLT field notebook. Look at that strange looking Kydex sheath. Open top. Why? Well, because the blade is wider near the tip than it is at the base. That's why. I can't even get this thing in frame. Made in Idaho by Topps. This is the Storm Vector. It is a Sachs design, S-E-A-X. from the William Wallace era, right? Not sure what that like dark gray coating is. Handle is black canvas micarta 3D machine with thick blue G10 liners. Blade length on the Storm Vector, 12.5 inches of chopper awesomeness. The handle length is 5 11/16. Condition is like new in the box. These are available new at your favorite web retailer for $250 plus tax. Your price on this one, $185 like it is, $225 with an ApostleP edge. And just so you're aware, it is a directional snap. If you notice the stake mark there. So it's going to roll forward to engage, roll backward to remove. If you pick it up this way, it ain't going to open, right? Takes that action instead. So my frustration is to your benefit. Nice leather dangle, by the way. Beautiful knife. Next up, more tops, but this one not a knife. This is the Yukon Hawk from Tops. So it comes with a leather sheath and a leather dangle, right? Dimensions, 4 3/4 length this way, 5 5/8 from the hammer end to the edge, and then the handle length is 9 1/8 from the end to the front of the orange and black G10. Material is $10.95 in the tumbled finish. Condition is near mint to like new in box. You want to buy one of these brand new? You can. You can. It'll run you $287 at your favorite knife retailer. Or you could buy this near mint to like new no box example for $195 like it is, all in, shipped priority mail. $220 if you'd like my edge on it, but it's a tomahawk or a hatchet. It's pretty sharp. I'd probably leave it alone. That's the Yukon Hawk from Tops. Next up, we have a very good value, right? This is an HK knife manufactured by Hogue. No box, but it comes in that slip. It is the Hadron, Hadron, OTF, double action automatic. The handle is a beautiful sort of matte finish, dark gray anodized aluminum. Pocket clip is deep carry ambidextrous. Knife deploys with a spine mounted button. I'm going to call that effort medium. Blade is 154 cm, bayonet ground with an okay polished edge. In fact, it's good enough that I'm not going to even offer a sharpening price. Blade length is 3 3/8. The handle is 4 5/8. Nice. We'll call it near mint, no box. Discontinued, not a stock. When these things sold out, they had a web retail price of $165 and they gone. Your price for this one, $135, no need to sharpen. That's the HK Hogue Hadron OTF. Next up, another out the front double action automatic from Hogue. This is the Counter-Strike. Pretty cool. Especially this side. Both the the frame, which is black PVD coated, and the cap or the top have the same mill pattern, but you really see it best on the black side. This top is in G10, and what do they call this? Dark earth layered G10. Overall length closed is 5 3/16. The clip appears to be ambidextrous, attaches with the nut with a carbide glass breaker, deploys with a spine-mounted button. I'm going to call that medium firm and 100% reliable. The blade is a Tanto in CPM 20 CV. It's 3 5/16 long. The handle is 5 3/16. That Tanto blade in 20 CV is also PVD coated. The clip is ambidextrous. Yeah. Condition will be near mint, no box. This knife currently available new for a web retail of $265. We shall offer this one to you at $165 like it is, $195 with an ApostleP edge. The Hogue Counter-Strike OTF. Next up, we have a Benchmade with no box, just a microfiber pouch. And it's a little stunner. This is a bug out, model 533-04, mini bug out in Mesa Red. How good looking is that? That is not orange. That is, I would call that tomato red. Mesa Red, okay? Blade is stonewashed over satin, S30V, 2 13/16 inches in length, handles 3 11/16. It's an axis lock mechanism, rides on phosphor bronze washers. The action is not free dropping, but flickable. Let's see, can you flick it open? Yeah. Lockup is dead rock solid. Centering is, if not perfect, very, very close to perfect. Condition near mint, no box. Currently available new for a web retail price, our Benchmade map of $153. Let's offer this one to you at $115 like it is, $140 with my edge on that S30V blade. That is the mini bug out in Mesa Red from Benchmade. Next up, one of my all-time favorite bug outs. Love the colorway on this one. No box, but microfiber pouch included. It's the 535 FE-05 bug out in Crater Blue Garivery with the Parkerized Shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip, axis lock mechanism, riding on phosphor bronze, and a flat dark earth Cerakoted blade in S30V. Look at that. Doesn't it look pretty? I think my buddy Russ bought one of these for me about a year ago. And I wished I never sold it. Your S30V blade is 3 13/16 inches in length. The handle 4 3/16. Lockup dead rock solid. Nearly free dropping action. Good as it needs to be. Centering looks pretty doggone good to me. Near mint, no box. Currently available for a web retail Benchmade map price of $200. Your price on this one, $1.25, $125 like it is, $150 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Crater Blue and Flat Dark Earth bug out from Benchmade. Next up is our second offering tonight from Three Rivers Manufacturing. This is a Neutron 2, and I don't know what you call that. It's definitely, I think, a layered G10, diamond milled with kind of a decreasing size as you go back to the back. Purple and black, deep carry, right-hand tip-up pocket clip in titanium. Opens with thumb stud, so rides on phosphor bronze. The blade in beautifully stonewashed CPM 20 CV with that deeply engraved maker's mark on the show side. What a little beauty. And this is interesting. It comes with another set of scales that are the same. Don't know why, but it does. So yeah, let's see. 3-inch blade, 4 1/16 handle. Lockup, dead rock solid. Nearly free dropping blade. Beautiful action. Perfect centering. Near mint to like new, no box with extra scales. Now, these are currently available. You can buy them from Three Rivers' very own website. Cost you $220, but I don't think they offer this scale anymore. And then it comes with an extra set of scales. So we're going to offer this one to you at $190 like it is, $220 with an Apostle P edge on that 20 CV blade. That's the Neutron 2 from Three Rivers. Next up, we got one from Giant Mouse, and it's not a folder. This is the GMF1. That's very creative naming, right? Giant Mouse Fixed, number 1. Comes in a very nicely made Italian leather. This could be a pocket slip, or it could go on your belt. And here's the knife. This has been nicely cord wrapped. The skeleton handle. It actually works. The two little faux testicles are a great anchor point for your pinky. You got a little broad sheep's foot blade, a little jimping up on top right where it needs to be. Blade steel is N690. Blade length is 2 3/8. The handle's 3 inches. It is near mint, no box. These are currently available brand new for a web retail of $145. This one can be yours, nicely customized, for $95, all in, shipped priority mail. $120 if you'd like it to have my edge on it. That's the GMF1 from Giant Mouse. Next, we have one from the design eye of one Enrique Pena, his X series. This is a Blade HQ exclusive, obviously. They love their Jade G10. And this is crowned, satin finished, tumbled DLC on the frame and the blade. It is a steel inserted titanium bolster lock. Has a milled titanium right-hand tip-up pocket clip, and it's a front flipper. On ball bearings. Blade is M390. Very cool swedged sheep's foot. 2 3/4 blade, 3 11/16 handle. There's your lock engagement. It is rather early, but very secure. Ball bearings are super silky smooth. Blade centering is perfect. This Blade HQ exclusive is discontinued, not a stock. When they were available, they were $180 web retail at Blade HQ. This one is near mint, no box. Your price $125 like it is. $155 if you'd like it with my edge on it. That's the Pena X Series Apache in Jade and DLC. Next up, we got one from Ben Belkin. Jack Wolf Knives. This is the Cyborg Jack mini version. Look at the purple and pink. All your goodies are inside. No outer box with this one. Comes in a nice split grain leather sheath. And here's the mini Cyborg. An all titanium handled fusion slip joint with some, what color is that? Like a light purple? Titanium hardware. Beautifully crafted, by the way. Blade opens with a nail nick. It is not a light pull. I'm going to call that an 8. Beautiful little swashbuckling clip point with a hand rub satin finish in S90V. Blade length is 2 5/8. The handle's 3 5/8. Nice in the hand for a small knife. Walk and talk are beautiful. Even considering it's got, no, it does not have an internal stop pin. It has a kick like a real slip joint. So that surface right there rests on the back spring as God intended it. How's the centering? Well, it's pretty doggone beautiful, wouldn't you say? Near mint in tube, no outer box with slip. These are out of stock now, probably discontinued. The last price I could find for these was what appears to be a closeout price, a sale price at Blade HQ of $240. This one can be yours, $180 all in, shipped priority mail, $205 with my edge. The Jack Wolf Mini Cyborg. Next up, we have one from Concept, which is the high line of Kaiser, right? Comes with the pouch, no outer box. The knife is the Anomaly. Frankly, it's just beautiful. All titanium handle with a nice bronze ano over a glass bead finish. Pocket clip milled titanium right hand tip up in natural titanium. The knife is a flipper on ball bearings and a gorgeous Fullard Tonto blade. In S35VN, blade length is 3 1/8. Handle is 4 3/16. Lockup dead rock solid, engaging right there. Steel inserted, by the way. Super smooth ball bearings. Perfect blade centering. Near mint to like new in pouch, no outer box. This knife currently available online for a web retail price of $163. Let's do this one at $115 like it is. $145 if you'd like it with my edge. That is the Anomaly from Concept. We'll just put you back in your little pouch. Yeah. Next up, a very interesting knife in a plain white wrapper. Let's see, there's a pouch in here, I think. Holy cow. SliceFK.com. The knife in this here box is the Brian Brown Corvus. And the colorway is a fat carbon crosscut white storm. And the handle's in bead blasted titanium with a satin M390 belt finished blade. Ooh, oh my, oh. That's pretty cool. Very interesting female pivot. Kind of like it. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Yes, it is glass beaded. And there is your Brian Brown maker's mark. Good place to put it. Black finished milled titanium right hand tip up pocket clip. Knife opens with thumb studs. Rides on ball bearings. Cool harpoon Tonto blade. 3 1/4 inches of M390. 4 1/2 inches is your handle. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Locking up right there. Lockup's rock solid. Ball bearing action is smooth and free. This knife manufactured by Rayot for Brian Brown. Beautiful blade centering. Yeah, about beautiful, isn't it? Like new in box. Currently available for a web retail price of $425. Your price on this one? $275 like it is. $310 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the Brian Brown Corvus by Rayot. Next, we have one from Harm Edged Tools, embossed into the faux leather pouch. Kind of a nice pouch. Here's the knife, little fixed blade in a folded Kydex sheath. Drop it in the pocket, throw a beaded chain on it, wear it around your neck. Very tiny little bit of rattle. I wouldn't say the thumb break is very good. It's more of a rip it out sheath. Think neck. It's the Harm Edged Tools Micro XL. I have no, is that like jumbo shrimp? I don't know. The blade is M390. 3 3/16 inches in length. The handle's 3 13/16. I thought I was going to see layered black and gray G10, but these crosshatch or checkerboard mill cuts are just gray because of the finish after milling. It's all black G10. Great little handle. Near mint to like new in pouch. This knife currently available brand new for $150 web retail. Your price on this one, $100. All in, shipped priority mail. $130 with my edge on that M390 blade. That's the Micro XL from Harm. And next up, we have the last item in tonight's sale. Excuse me. Still recovering from the laryngitis. It is a very special weed. It is the 20056-1. I don't know how you say that. Cherith. Ripple pattern black titanium handle. Black stonewash 20 CV blade. Limited edition of 310 pieces. I just dropped the card on the floor. Okay. Here's the card. This is number 20 of 310. What a gorgeous little knife. A little gents folder. Beautiful mill pattern. Beautiful dark bronze anodized hardware. This clip, they do not call it Timascus or Mokutai. They call it 6AL4V titanium. So I think that's just an anode pattern. Similar on the pivot collar. It is a steel inserted titanium frame lock ball bearing flipper. Flips great. Little tumbled DLC drop point blade in 20 CV. It's 2 7/8 inches in length. The handle's 4 inches. About 55% lock up on that steel inserted titanium frame lock. Solid as a rock. Super smooth ball bearings. Perfect blade centering. That pocket clip is ambidextrous tip up deep carry, by the way. Condition, man, what flips beautifully for a thin, light blade. Like new in the box. Currently available new for $210 at your favorite knife store. Who has one of these? Let's do $150 on this one. $180 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. That's the Cherith, I think, from We. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. I'll talk to you soon.